Hey, I'm going to try this live again. I launched it and I had the wrong microphone selected. Apparently, I'm going to talk to one of my viewers here and see if they can hear me now. Sorry about that. I'm Mark. Inbound Revenue. This is the Marketing Can Work live YouTube uh, podcast stream, whatever you want to call it. Do it every day, Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. I talk to small business owners, agencies about how marketing can work in your business and for your business. And remember that marketing is much like your morning coffee. Mine's in an Eagles mug. Don't hate on me. You put cream in your coffee, it touches everything. You put marketing in your business, it should touch everything. It's not a thing that you set in the corner. It's not a copying machine. It's every part of your business. So marketing can work for your business if you know how to implement it and do it right. That's what we're going to talk about today. I've got my notes and we're going to talk about Google Ads today. Google Ads is near and dear to my heart. I spent 20 years working with Google Ads, started with an e-commerce business. And thank you to the listener for the nice comment. So I've been working with Google Ads for 20 years. I've worked with hundreds, if not thousands, of clients. I'm going to talk about three aspects of Google Ads today. I'm going to talk about what it is as an overall, because I still find that a lot of small business owners don't understand it. Even some agency owners don't really understand it. So basically what Google Ads is, what some best practices are, and the investment that it will take to run in Google Ads. So let's talk about what it is first. Where do people go if they want to find something? They go to Google and they do a search. So Google Ads has a lot of different elements to it, but we're going to talk about search ads. People want to find something, they want a service, they go to Google, they do a search, stuff comes up, people click on things. Now, the stuff is a combination of paid ads, which are usually at the top and say sponsored next to them, and then organic listings, which we'll talk about another day. So when you want to understand what a paid ad is, and I bring this up just because I was talking to a customer today who's run online business for years and a real world business and didn't know the difference between paid and ads. So it's important to note sponsored ads, you'll see them, you'll see that little term there. They're ads. The other ones are quote unquote organic listings. So what happens is someone searches for something, those ads come up, they click on it, they go to your website or landing page, and they now are familiar with your business. And from there, hopefully you get a call, you get a lead, you get something. So every time someone clicks on that ad, you incur a cost as the person running the campaigns as the business owner. So that's what happens right away is you incur a cost, and when those and that's a click cost, and it's theoretically an auction. So your click cost might be $10, it might be $30, it might be $50. Depends how competitive that niche is and lots of other factors. Once those costs accrue to $300 to $500, Google is going to hit your credit card for that amount. So that's your basic cost. That's how it works. So the essential fundamentals of Google Ads is you create a Google Ads account, you create a campaign inside there, you put in keyword phrases that you want people to search for your business for, like plumber near me, hot water leak, whatever it is. And then you put in a daily budget, you put in the area that you want to target. And then whenever anyone inside that area types in plumber near me, your ad is one of the ads that shows up at the top of the page or maybe the bottom of the page, somewhere on the page, hopefully. And someone clicks on it, goes to your website, boom. So that's the real basic fundamentals of how Google search works. We'll get into some best practices next, but if you want quick exposure for your business, it's usually the best way to go. There's very few businesses that have to pre-certify with Google. They allow advertising for almost all the basic local service businesses that you pass as you drive up and down the streets of your community. So plumbers and roofers and doctors and lawyers and, dog boarding, you name it. You can check out the Inbound Revenue website, I've got a list of over 50 niches that we like to work in. There's lots of good information there. But that's the fundamentals of how it works. And if you ask yourself, should I be there? Shouldn't I be there? We'll get into that a little bit later when I talk about the investment. But keep in mind that if you search for what you do right now on Google, you'll probably see your competitors' ads up there. So keep in mind that those competitors that you're trying to beat on a daily basis to win new customers are out there advertising, and you're not. So if you need a fairly quick, fairly effective lead flow, Google Ads is the way to go for your small and medium sized business. So let's talk about some best practices in Google Ads. So, and I'm going to talk specifically about search. Google also has traditional display ads where you target an audience and you put ads in front of them on publications. They have YouTube, which is huge, and we'll talk about it on another day. And you should probably be there. And if you want to get there, we can definitely help. But this isn't a commercial for me. I do own an agency, but this isn't a commercial for me. This is educational. So, best practices for Google search. First of all, you want to set up a search campaign. And as you build that campaign out, there's a couple of things that you really, really need to know. There's some key settings in there. So as you build it out, it's going to ask you which networks you want to work on. You want to work on their search network. You probably don't want to choose search partners, and you definitely don't want to choose the display network. If you want to run, but just accept that gem of wisdom. You don't want to run on the display network. I see businesses doing this. I see marketing people doing this, and you should have stopped doing that 10 years ago. So don't run on the display network. Target the exact area that you serve. You can target zip codes, you can target cities, you can target counties, states, countries, but target the area that you serve and make sure you're targeting people that are in or frequently in your area. That's a setting in there that you can select that's really important because uh, if you don't select that setting when you're setting up your targeting, you're going to get searches from all over the place. And if you're running a plumbing business in Topeka, Kansas, you don't want searches from, you know, 200 miles away. You're only serving people in that market. So be super careful which options you select there. You're going to have a daily budget that you set, and that has to be realistic because if your cost per click, let's say, is $10, and you set your daily budget to $10, how many clicks are you going to get? You're going to get one click a day. How much activity do you think you're going to get on one click a day? You're going to get one click's worth. And it's just not going to be worth the time and the effort to run it that way. So make sure that your daily budget is high enough to get you enough clicks for the space that you're in, the niche that you're in, the area that you're in. And that daily budget is essentially going to multiply out to become a monthly budget. So if you set $100 a day for a budget, Google may spend more one day, less one day, but over the month, they're going to average that out to $3,000. So those are a couple of essential things. Now, the next thing is we're going to talk about keyword and keyword phrases. When I say keywords, I really mean keyword phrases because plumbing near me, roofing contractor near me is a keyword phrase, but I'll refer to them as keywords typically just to keep it shorter. So when you're selecting your keyword phrases, you want to select intent-based keyword phrases. Okay, when I say intent-based, I mean you don't want plumber as your keyword. You want plumber near me, plumber contractor, plumbing services, cost of plumbing, something that has the intent that this person is not searching for a career in plumbing or do-it-yourself plumbing, but is actually looking for a service. So it might be, a hot water, repair hot water tank. It's probably someone looking for service, but it might be a do-it-yourself person. You never know what people get into. But hot water tank contractor near me, they're looking for someone to come out to their house. So keyword intent is huge because those keywords are what's going to trigger your ads. And you don't want to trigger your ads for things that are entirely irrelevant. Now, Google is going to take you down a very interesting road as you select keywords. We're going to talk about match types. There's three different match types. There's exact, There's phrase and there's broad. So broad basically is just you type in the keyword phrase and Google will decide what's relevant based on that keyword phrase. You just type it in with nothing around the keyword. If you want to use exact match, which I typically recommend you start with, you have to use a squared off bracket around those keywords as you enter them. Or you have to go in later and change all your keywords to exact match. So exact match used to mean if someone types in plumber near me, my ad will only show if I have a plumber near me. Exact match. That's the only time it's going to show. If they type in, plumber around me, it's not going to show because it's not exact match. That's not true anymore. Exact match is now similar match, and Google is really, really broad in their interpretation of what similar is. So I recommend going with exact match keywords. That's a squared off bracket around your keyword. Phrase match is the next one you can go to. It's going to attract more traffic, but it's also going to attract a lot of competitor search. For example, Joe's Plumbing, that might be your business. Your competitor is Jill's Plumbing. If you use phrase match on plumbing near me, you're going to see a lot of people searching Jill's Plumbing, your ad coming up. That's okay in some cases, but that's not really what you want because they probably already know who they want. You're also going to see, plumbing handbook or, learn plumbing or plumbing jobs come up if you use phrase match. And then if you use broad match, all bets are off. So I highly recommend going with exact match. So what have we talked about? Your initial settings, what networks to run on, what targeting options to select, daily budget, keywords. And then you're going to get to your ad copy and where your page goes and where your ad goes to. I'll cover them real quick because I got one more subject to talk about and I don't want to drag this out forever today. When you write your ad copy, try to put features and benefits in your ad copy. Not just we exist, but we've got a $99 one-time offer, free estimates, call today. You want calls to action in there. You want to talk about what makes you different. You want to stand out. You want to be emotional. You want to use a variety of tactics. The last thing that you want to do is just say, we do plumbing, we do roofing, we do landscaping. We've done $25,000 landscaping, 25,000 landscaping jobs in the area. We've served this company or this company. We, put something compelling in your ad so that people click on it. Keep in mind that this is a billboard, essentially. People aren't spending a lot of time when they go into Google. They're looking, they're finding something that catches their eye, boom, they click it and go. So the last thing I'll cover today on best practices is where you take that ad to. So you typically what you're going to do as a business owner is take that ad to the homepage of your website. But don't do that if you have like trenchless water line repair. And the keyword is trenchless water line repair. Take that ad to your trenchless water line repair page, which you should have for all kinds of reasons. Don't just have all your services on one page. Have different pages for each service. So when your ad gets clicked on, take it to the most relevant page on your website. So that's best practices. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the investment for Google Ads. So there's two investments that have to be made. The first one is every time someone clicks on your ad, you're going to accrue a cost. Some of those costs are high. So you really have to make a decision as to whether it's a good fit for your business. What makes it a good fit? You have fairly high, one-time transactional revenue from a job like a roof or a roof repair, roof replacement, trenchless water heating, or you have good long-term recurring revenue like lawn care. Okay, it might only be a $50 or $60 job this week, but I'm going to do that 20 times this year and hopefully 20 times next year. The other thing you can do if you have recurring revenue in your business and you have a good marketing program is you can look at that initial cost as a cost for client acquisition as opposed to just putting it against that single transaction. So if you're a landscaper and you might do 5 jobs over the course of a lifetime for a good client, just look at that initial cost that you have involved there as your, client acquisition costs. You're going to make more money down the road. So one of the things that you have to consider is those click costs because they're going to accrue, they're going to charge your card. And so that's one of the reasons that your campaign has to be set really, really smartly. So there's the money for budget. And if you go, again, not a pitch, but there's information that might be useful. If you go to the Inbound Revenue website, go to the top 50 PPC niches, you can see some of our minimum recommendations for a monthly ad spend budget. And that's going to give you a general idea of how much do I have to invest if I want to get in front of the clients that I want to reach on Google. So that's investment one, is just paying Google for the ads. Investment two is an option. Either you're going to take the time to learn Google Ads effectively, or you're going to pay someone else that has already taken the time to learn Google Ads effectively. So that's what we call Google Ads management, or you engage a marketing agency or a contractor. So either you're going to have to take the time not only to learn Google Ads, you're going to have to take the time to continue to learn Google Ads over time as it changes. It used to be Google Ads made 1, 2 changes every 2 years. Now they're making changes week after week after month, and things are changing fast. They aren't even announcing all their changes. And if you've read any of the news lately, you'll see that Google does a few things behind the scenes that might not be entirely copacetic. So you're either going to have to invest in learning it yourself and keeping up with things, or you're going to have to invest in a good agency or a good contractor that really, really knows Google Ads. Not every agency does. Not every agency that sells Google Ads or offers Google Ads actually knows what they're doing. So it's important to try to vet your agency. In the long run, as a business owner, I don't think it's beneficial to learn marketing platforms and learn how to do it. It's good to know enough about them, which is what I try to do here, so that you can make intelligent choices as to whether to do it yourself, hire an employee, or engage with an outside contractor agency. So those are the types of things that you'll have to consider as you look at implementing Google Ads. The other thing I would say is that you're not going to launch it today and have immediate success. There's a learning process. It takes a while. You're essentially buying data. So plan on being there 3, 6, 12 months. If you can get this lead flow going and you have your numbers worked out internally in terms of your cost per lead, your sales process, your revenue per client, lifetime value of a client, you can make this work. But it's not like I turn this on and suddenly my business transforms. It's like everything else. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of knowledge, it's a lot of money, but that's part of running a business. So that was today on the Marketing Can Work YouTube Live. I'm going to get off of here because I had some technical issues at the start, and I'm going to try to get my actual good microphone working for tomorrow. So thanks so much, folks. Talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day.